The American people know what's going on. They're not fooled. They know this process is a sham, a naked power grab, and it's no mystery why they're doing it.
This Senate majority will not let falsehoods drown out facts. We will not reward hostage-taking and will not be bullied out of doing what is right.
Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer going back and forth over the Senate Judiciary Committee to advance the nomination of Judge Barrett. The full Senate could vote on Monday. Democrats protesting the entire proceedings by boycotting the committee's meeting yesterday to vote on Barrett's nomination. Senator Mike Lee serves on that Judiciary Committee. Senator, good morning to you, and thank you for your time here. Let's go through a lot here. It seems like Democrats are rolling over on this process. Why is that?
Well, they're rolling over because they can see that they've lost. They can see that President Trump is still in office. We still have a Republican majority. Naturally, we're going to confirm President Trump's outstanding nominee to the Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett. So they're in the end stages of coming to reality on this one, and we're going to win.
But they did not even show up yesterday, Senator.
Yeah, they didn't because they knew they had lost. Now, it's shameful, really, that they didn't show up. They said they didn't want to dignify the process with their presence. Well, they were here all week last week, dignifying the process with their presence. And yet somehow it was too much to show up yesterday. They were here, they were in town, they were on Capitol Hill. But nonetheless, this is what you do when you're losing and you want to make it look like you're protesting.
Do you expect a vote Monday night in the U.S. Senate? I mean, that's sort of the schedule for Mitch McConnell.
Yes, that's my understanding, is that we'll have a final vote by Monday. We will have a majority. We'll get her confirmed.
Well, that means you could have another Rose Garden ceremony at the White House next week.
Indeed. Regardless of where the ceremony is held, I look forward to getting her sworn in as our 9th Supreme Court justice.
Let's go, 115th in U.S. history, too. A woman, predominantly, as I mentioned yesterday, overwhelmingly more than 100 of them have been white men, I should say. An American woman, mother of 7. Here we go. It's history. What'd you think of last night, sir? How'd you score it?
I thought it was terrific. I thought it was a series of really solid hits by the president. Definite victory for President Trump. One of the things that was curious about it is that you had Joe Biden really foisting himself on his own petard by promising to end the oil industry. Now, look, this is an industry that has employed generations of Pennsylvanians, of Texans, for that matter, of Utahns and people from all over the country. So why would he promise to bring an end to it? He's signaling to us what he's going to do. This wasn't an abstract passing thought. This is a guy who's running to be the leader of the free world, who wants to have the levers of power that would allow him to end that industry. You have to take him seriously when he makes that threat, and I think it's going to be devastating to his presidential campaign.
I thought there were 2 points made last night of that. Pinning Biden down on fracking, that's going to go on for some time. Watch Pennsylvania, too, with that vote. And the other thing was going after Biden's record on the crime bill. Here's where I think there was a huge miss. No one asked the direct question, are the emails with Hunter real or are they not? Strassel writes today, Wall Street Journal, Biden family legacy. That's the headline for her op-ed. To go inside that article, she says, the former vice president is running on trust and good judgment. The Hunter tale is at best the story of a wayward son and indulgent father. At worst, it's an example of the entire Biden clan cashing in on his name with a U.S. rival. Do you think that was prosecuted very well last night, those points?
Well, yes, I think it was handled very well by the president. I think he repeatedly returned to it. And despite the best efforts of the moderator, who was there apparently as an insulator for Joe Biden, so he didn't have to deal with it. And despite the best efforts of our state-funded media, National Public Radio, that yesterday said, oh, this is irrelevant, there's nothing to see here, these aren't the droids you're looking for. This is a big deal. Now, look, these are questions that need to be answered. I would love to have heard a question from the moderator. Is this Hunter's laptop? Is this guy, Mr. Bobulinski, is he real? Was he actually a business associate?
The president had numerous opportunities to ask that very question. It did not happen. Was that a missed opportunity?
Look, I think the president teed it up multiple times. While he may not have used those words, he asked the substance of those questions. What was disappointing to me was that there was no backup from the moderator, no insistence by the moderator that it be addressed, and every time she had the opportunity to do so, the moderator inserted herself into it and seemed to derail the conversation and take it somewhere else, or at least make it easy for Joe Biden to take it in a different direction.
I got to run. You got 11 days out there. Do you think this is gaining steam where other reporters will pick up the story, other than the outlet with whom you're speaking at the moment, Senator?
There's no question that it will pick up steam, and for the simple reason that individuals are talking about it. They're tweeting about it. Twitter and Facebook have realized that they can't stop people, much as they would like to, from having this conversation. And so sooner or later, any media outlet that wants to be taken seriously is going to realize it has to discuss this too.
Senator, thank you for your time. Mike Lee,